Hello and welcome to the Arizona Sports Complex. This is Dominic Kearns here again, and today your Arizona Impact have a great matchup against the Ontario Fury 2. The Ontario Fury 2 enter this match at 5-3 in the thick of the Western Conference playoff chase, but they're only 1-2 away from home and they only have a +3 goal differential. You look at Arizona Impact and you might see a mismatch on paper, Arizona coming in at 1-5, but they've only had 3 home matches on the season, 1-2 in those, and their goal difference is only -6. Arizona Impact has had some very tough losses, the most recent one coming against a very strong team with the Colorado Blizzard coming to town. This will be a great matchup between two teams that like to score. The Ontario Fury have the most goals in the Western Conference with 68, but they have conceded 65, so I think this could be a high-paced, action-packed, close game if both teams' recent games are any indication. Both teams have a very even goal differential, and both teams score and concede a little bit, so this could be pretty fun. A couple players to watch for both teams. In net for Ontario Fury, Clayson de Lima is going to be the goalkeeper for the visitors, and they have some other players too to look for. Moja Hale and Bernie Lilavoy are going to be the guys trying to score goals for the visitors. The two forwards have been fairly prolific on the season. And then for the Impact, you're going to see how Josh Shelka does. In the last match, unfortunately, Eric Tate had a pretty bad injury and he had to come out. But Shelka came in relief, had a great performance, made some awesome saves, and allowed the team to almost complete a heroic comeback before falling short 11-9. Other people to look for, potentially Viktor Radakovic. He was a guy that a lot of people said coming into this season could be a prolific goal scorer. He hasn't done too much in recent weeks, but Phil Jackson was a guy that did a lot in the last game. Scored several goals, a couple assists. He's a name to watch for on the Arizona Impact. Another guy, Matt Markham, and you know he is going to be dangerous on free kicks. Arizona has been really strong in free kick situations in recent weeks. Look for that again tonight. And we're still a few minutes away from kickoff, so the players are done warming up. Now they're just in their locker rooms waiting for final thoughts before we get going on this really nice, really pleasant Sunday afternoon out here in the Valley. We're hoping that this match ends up being just as enjoyable as the weather outside. It's been a great day, and looks like we've got a pretty solid number of fans in the building to watch what looks like a fun matchup coming up. If you go back to Arizona Impact's last match, it was actually the most entertaining, riveting, back-and-forth match of the season, where they played against the Colorado Blizzard, who are still the only undefeated team in MASL 2. It was a match that the Blizzard really jumped out to a big lead in. They were up 4-1 after the first period, at 5-1 at one point, but then the team came back a little bit. And then just when it looked like they were getting back into it, the Blizzard scored several more goals, and at one point it was 8-3. But Impact did not give up. They got it all the way back to 10-9 late in the match, and really came very close to tying the match. A couple big saves kept the Blizzard in front. But it was a real turning point, I think, for a lot of people following this Arizona Impact team. For the first time, they were ready to go for the full match. They didn't give up when they were down, and after Chelpka got into the net, he played very well, really was a solid force in the back, and he's getting the start today, so we will see how that goes. We have a question from a Tyler Hawney. When is our next tryout? That's not my question to answer. You're going to have to go to someone else for that answer. We'll see if we can get an answer for that one later. Meanwhile, you have the Ontario Fury 2 coming out onto the pitch, as you can see on our cameras, and the Arizona Impact will be getting out there for introductions very shortly. Again, if you just missed us and you're just joining now, we are here at the Arizona Sports Complex, where the Arizona Impact are getting set to take on the Ontario Fury 2. This looks like a promising, exciting matchup between two pretty balanced squads. You might look at the records and think otherwise. Ontario Fury coming in at 5-3, the Impact coming in at 1-5, but the Impact have played very hard in recent weeks. 4 of their 5 losses being by 2 goals or less, and in their last 2 matches they had a thrashing of Las Vegas Knights, a 10-2 victory, and then a very good effort last week before falling 11-9. In case you missed it, Ontario is a prolific, high-scoring team, and when these teams met earlier in the year, Ontario Fury was able to score 9 goals in that win. They have 68 goals on the season, the highest number in the Western Conference. But a very small roster traveling out to Arizona for this matchup. Only 12 players active for the Ontario Fury. Now, obviously there are roster limitations in this league, and even some of the guys can't travel with the team, but it is interesting to see such a small squad making the trip. Will that impact them in the later parts of the game? Only time will tell. And now you can see Arizona Impact is also getting set to enter the field for their introductions. And you can still see another wave of players coming. We're actually going to go onto the field in just a few moments to get the players as they come onto the pitch. And that means that we're going to step aside for a few moments, get our cameras over there, and we will be back with more commentary before the opening kick. So please stay tuned. We are about 5 to 10 minutes from the opening kick, and we're going to get the Arizona Impact players on the pitch for their introductions. Thank you.
For every age and skill level. From soccer programs to lacrosse and personal training, birthday parties, corporate events, and even dog shows, our complex provides any group an unforgettable playing or event experience. Arizona Sports Complex is dedicated to improving players' skills in competitive sports, teaching the value of good sportsmanship, and adopting healthy lifetime behaviors by providing superior services, quality programs, premium facilities, and a qualified, dedicated staff. We're located off Pinnacle Peak Road, just west of 35th Avenue on the south side of the street. Come by and see us soon. Arizona Sports Complex is a family and team-oriented multi-purpose facility which sits on a 250,000 square foot lot and offers over 50,000 square feet of climate-controlled space. We provide
not have a PA guy right now? Is that what?
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, if you're ready, so are we. We'd like to first introduce to you the players of travel from California, Fury 2, and they are Clayton de Lima, whose honors authority, Christian Vado Estrada, Loha Ale, we're making some adjustments to your record. Check, 1, 2. Alright, moving along, as I said, we have Clayton, Christian, now Daniel Lopez. William Rosa. Bernie Hill. Ricky Abrego. Really orange, right? Arturo Alanis. Marcus Jordan. Salvador Gonzalez. Rafael Santana. Camille Camden. Head coach Bernie Lilova. Assistant coach Arturo Alanis. Another assistant coach Giovanni Gonzalez. So now, ladies and gentlemen, your okay.
Indoor fields offer full-length sheets of glass, providing the spectator with a full view of all the action on the field. The newly remodeled outdoor field offers a breathtaking view of the gorgeous Arizona sunset. There is something for everybody here at our complex, with a full-service snack bar, a pro shop, games for the kids, and league play every night of the week for every age and skill level. From soccer programs to lacrosse and personal training, birthday parties, corporate events, and even dog shows, our complex provides any group an unforgettable playing or event experience. Arizona Sports Complex is dedicated to improving players' skills in competitive sports, teaching the value of good sportsmanship, and adopting healthy lifetime behaviors by providing superior services, quality programs, premium facilities, and a qualified, dedicated staff. We're located off Pinnacle Peak Road, just west of 35th Avenue on the south side of the street. Come by and see us soon.
And we are back. We are back for this exciting matchup between the Ontario Fury 2 and the Arizona Impact. You just saw the players get on the field. Now we are ready to get you all the action from opening kick to the final whistle. And it's going to be a good one here. Ontario comes in at 5-3, but they only have 8 players that actually came out onto the field for this matchup. So they are going to be very shortly manned. Not too much depth for that team today. We will see if Arizona Impact is able to take advantage of that in the later stages of this match as Arizona Impact enters with a full lineup. So we are off here at the Arizona Sports Complex, and Ontario starts with the ball. Daniel Lopez passing back to Clayson DeLima, who is in net for Ontario, and he is able to get it away despite some good pressure from Omar Ledesma. Now in the back, looks like Matt Markham is able to slide the ball over to Eric Tate, who's actually starting tonight. Bit of a surprise after the way Chelka came in at the end of the last match, but they go back to Eric Tate, who in fairness had a brilliant performance against the Las Vegas Knights. This is kind of his style. He likes getting up into the field, but this time he skies it into the net, and possession is transferred over to Ontario 2. So DeLima looking for someone. He actually throws it up the pitch, and William Regoza
Patrick, do you need anything?
has the ball now.
Hit it, Marcus. Hit it. I'm good, thank you. Roger.
Now the ball into the corner, and Arizona Impact is able to do something about it. Although they can't completely clear as Daniel Lopez gets the ball and they swing it over to the left side. This is now Marcus Jordan putting the ball into the net. So an early goal for Ontario 2 makes it 1-0. Kind of a surprising goal right there, but just a good shot. Not enough pressure on the actual shot. And the Arizona Impact are going to have to do something now. So here's Mayer passing it back to Tate. And Ontario, they've watched the tape. They know that they can press and sometimes force Arizona into turnovers. But the Impact maintain possession, and Tate brings it up the right wing. And now there's a battle for the ball. Ishmael Castillo tried to get it, but Ontario controls. And here's a giveaway and a chance. A great pass and a clearance off the line. I think they're saying it's a handball. That was an incredible clearance. I mean, it looked like Johan Prado had set up a clear-cut goal-scoring chance, and then the ball was cleared off the line. That's absolutely incredible. It looked like it had to be a goal. But Arizona will get a penalty kick. It looks like they called a handball on the goal line clearance. So it's just going to be 1v1 here from the spot. And it's going to be Phil Jackson, a guy we talked about before this game started. He's going to be the one to take this kick and hopefully equalize if you're an Arizona Impact fan. He steps up and fakes the keeper out. Goes to the keeper's left, and the keeper was guessing the wrong way. DeLima had no chance, and Phil Jackson makes it a 1-1 match. We're not even 2 minutes into this one, and both teams have already scored. It sure looks like this could indeed be a high-scoring affair between two entertaining sides. So Ontario gets things started again, and they pass it to their goal-scoring hero, Marcus Jordan. Now the ball played up, and it was actually a pretty decent effort there. Trying to get something going, but Eric Tate collects. And now some pressure on Tate, but he's able to get a pass there, trying to find Albers, and instead it goes to Castillo. Now the ball passes back to Noel Castillo. Has it on his left foot. What's he going to do here? He's thinking about taking a shot. He takes a shot, and it doesn't miss by too much. Potential breakaway chance, but just enough is done for Arizona Impact to get possession. And here's Noel again trying to do something, but strong defense there from Ontario leads the break. This is Rafael Santana on the ball, and he passes it back to Marcus Jordan. And now seemingly lots of time there on the ball, and Ontario is able to slide it to William Raygoza. And now they're trying to build something up into the middle, but a good play is made there by Tate to keep it out of the net. Battle for the ball, and it is swept up the line and kicked all the way back to DeLima. Good job there by the Impact clearing their lines, but here comes the visitors with Marcus Jordan again providing some pressure, and Tate having to do a desperation wall ball, still able to get it in the middle for Daniel Lopez before the Impact clear it. And that's Arturo Lanes now with the ball. He's a player coach, assistant coach for the visitors, but he's going to be seeing a lot of time on the pitch tonight too because they only have 8 men. Boy, the Impact made a mess of that clearance. Tried to slam it off the wall, ended up hitting himself, and then the second effort was put into the net. Now, an opportunity out of nothing for Ontario. And it looks like it is going to be Alanis lining this one up. It's going to pass, and Marcus Jordan was able to put a very, very strong effort in there, and then the ball was just toe-poked home, I believe, by Daniel Lopez. So another goal, and, you know, very frustrating stuff defensively for Arizona. It's been their problem all season long, just putting themselves in bad situations. Here comes Ontario now. And Alanis with some nifty footwork to maintain possession. They're able to work the ball for a minute or two in the middle, and then they go all the way back to DeLima. And you are seeing better pressing here from the Impact than at the beginning of 2 weeks ago's match against Colorado. Now, here's Daniel Lopez sliding it back for Jordan, and a potential shot opportunity, but it is blocked up into the net. A very dangerous opportunity there, but Ontario's still going to have a decent chance to do something. It's going to be a free kick opportunity, and it'll be Alanis lining up to take this. Will they try the same set piece? They're going to go opposite side, and a nice palm save made by Tate. Ball is still alive up against the wall, though, as Jordan tries to win it back for the visitors. Oh boy, here's a loose ball and another save by Tate. A very nice save, and now a ball played forward and an intense collision between the on-rushing Ishmael Castillo and DeLima. DeLima does just enough to get there and prevent an easy goal for the Impact. Well, this has certainly been a high-paced start. Lots of action. And now a ball played for Ishmael, but it was blocked away. Lots of shots in the early going in this one. As the ball is played up to Prado, a new addition. Oh, an interesting setup there. The ball played forward for Halel Cortez, who almost one-timed it in the net, but his shot went wide right. And now here comes Ontario with the ball. That's Raygoza passing it to Jordan. Jordan has it taken away. Very nice play there by Johan Prado. And now he's calling for the ball again and receives it up the middle. Looking for a long runner. Instead he dumps it off to Albers. Albers trying to get past the defender, but another one comes in to shut that play down. There's a nice interception by Mayer, and then what should have been a much better chance from Noel Castillo. He felt the runner coming on, and he toe poked it up into the net. Very disappointing effort there. Well, if early indications are anything, it looks like this is a winnable match for both sides. Both teams have looked dangerous in the attack and vulnerable at the back. And now, Alanis able to split two defenders. It wasn't pretty, but it was effective. And now he maintains possession for another 10 seconds. Able to swing it back. And this is good possession for Ontario. Now DeLima able to take it almost all the way to midfield. And Mayer caught flat-footed for a second there, almost able to get something out of it, and instead, Arizona does well. This is Prado looking for something, and he finds Albers. Albers goes down but keeps the ball, and just no one there to help him out. Looked like the Impact were making a change. Fortunate timing for Ontario. One of the guys that came on just now is Rafael Santana, and he gets a couple nice touches on the ball. Oh boy, that's a dangerous mistake here. And oh, it was a decent idea by Matt Markham. Markham able to get a toe up onto that ball. Had the keeper out. If he was able to put a good chip on target, it might have had a goal. But it goes high up in the netting and is still 2-1 Ontario. And there we had William Raygoza coming right at me, able to stop himself before he crashes too hard into the board. And Arizona has the ball. This is Tate playing it long for Ishmael Castillo. Battle against the boards and a real loose ball, but DeLima collects. And Ontario trying to get a dynamic counterattack there. Nothing really comes of it. So Tate collects the ball, and he's looking for someone to dump it to. Plays it up the wall. This is for Ishmael Castillo, and he gets there first. Lots of pressure here, though, but they're able to maintain possession. Wall ball played, and it doesn't really come to Markham. Still loose up there, and Ontario is able to clear it. So it looks like there's some chatter in the background about timeouts. Meanwhile, Arizona Impact playing a wall ball, looking for someone up the middle, and then a tough shot is dealt with by DeLima, but still the Impact have the ball. And Tate plays it up to, it looks like Cortez, who will slide it back, and they'll try to get a new attack going. And the ball is played to Cortez. Cortez battling for it, getting a shot off, but it's up into the net. Ambitious effort there, but it was always going to be a tough one from that kind of distance. The Ontario coach thinking there should be an official's timeout. None called yet. And meanwhile, the ball misplayed by Ontario, and the Impact will be able to have possession here. We're down to 5:56 left in the first quarter. It's been a quick one, and it's 2-1 Ontario on top, as some pressure is applied here, but Matt Merrick is able to get the ball back to Tate. Tate wants to play it forward. He's got a lot of space. He's got to find the right guy, and he'll play it off to Armandi. And now Tate again onto the opposing half. At times it feels like a power play when Tate is all the way up at midfield, trying to find some gaps there, and a decent idea. And then a foul call. Interesting. Phil Jackson could have had a chance there, but they call the whistle, and possession goes over to Ontario. Dangerous ball played up the middle, nearly intercepted. And now it is oh, I stand corrected. But the great pressure there by Omar Ledesma results in a net ball and a chance here for the Impact. Ontario a little upset that he was trying to play it quick there, but Ledesma will step onto this one. See what he does. They'll play it. Phil Jackson with a low roller, a save, but it stays loose, still live, and this might be an opportunity for Ontario now. Ledesma has to do very well, but he loses it, and now a dangerous back heel and a 2-on-1 chance. A great pass. This is Phil Jackson now. He should take it. No, he's going to play it off. Surely this is in. Very well worked team goal right there by the Arizona Impact. Surely I was thinking Phil Jackson would take the shot, but instead he does a great job playing it off for Noel Castillo, and then he even laid it off to a third man to tap it home. One of the great team goals of the season for Arizona Impact, and we are now knotted up at 2 apiece with 4:49 left in the first period. And meanwhile, Ontario's coach continues to be upset about this official timeout issue. Long ball played, but it's dealt with by Prado, and he is pressured into putting it in the net. There's going to be a pretty dangerous chance now for Ontario to get back on the score sheet. They're going to have the ball at the top of the arc. These are the kind of set pieces that the Impact have thrived on, and a pretty similar one to the one Ontario scored its second goal on. It's going to be Alanis ripping it, and the ball was blocked, but it just goes straight up into the net. And we're going to do it all over again. New kick taker, though. It's going to be Marcus Jordan this time. And he leaves it for Alanis, who kind of shanks that one. Now an intense battle for the ball. And Rafael Santana able to keep it. Short-range shot. Could have been a goal there, but Daniel Lopez just pulls it to the left. That was a prime scoring opportunity for the visitors. And Arizona has to be feeling very fortunate that it's still 2-2. Another chance from Lopez. Decent effort, but it goes into the net. And now the Impact looking to get an attack started. They play it back to Eric Tate. And Eric Tate trying to do something. He'll find Markham. Markham plays it back to him. And Tate needs to do something here. A decent effort there. Tried to play it forward, but Ontario able to clear their lines. And now Alanis able to get the ball where he needed it to go in spite of great pressure from Prado. And now a nice ball here leads to a one-time effort. That was Phil Jackson getting a toe and sliding it over to Ishmael Castillo, who had a chance, but it was collected by De Lima. Nice patience shown there to slide the ball back to Markham. Now he has to get it to Tate. Against pressure, he's able to clear, but almost a chance there for Ontario. It's been an open game so far. 2-2, and we still have a few minutes left in the first period. 3:07 to be exact. And we have a whistle and the ball going Ontario's way. So it's been a fun one so far. We also have a warning assessed to Arizona Impact for a illegal substitution. It looks like the next time that happens, there's going to be a penalty assessed. Still 5-on-5 action right now, though, as we're under 3 minutes in the quarter.
Don't change to your guy. He's yelling at me.
And
Oh my God, man. And there's can you tell them there's official timeout?
you can hear
The first game.
Bernie Lillavoice, the Ontario 2 coach, making his displeasure known about that lack of a timeout. You know, meanwhile on the screen we had an interesting shot from Tate. Ontario able to clear it. Merrick able to get it back. And now a loose ball right in front of us. And it's going to be with Ontario with a great chance here from Marcus Jordan. But some defense applied and a chance missed there by William Raygoza. Had to be a perfect shot, and it wasn't quite there. Down to 2 minutes in the opening period. And it's a good one so far. Way too much space, and it just misses. Unbelievably close. The Arizona Impact hanging on for dear life right now. That hit the inside of the post and just missed going in. That was a great effort by Santana. It had Tate beaten. But I don't know, man. The Impact are just looking a little bit sluggish in this one in the early stages. And another fantastic chance for Ontario to go ahead. This is going to be Jordan lining this one up from close range. And it is blocked. But the rebound effort was saved and then collected. And now a chance here for Albers. But DeLima able to put it in the net before Albers could get a touch. Very alert stuff all around there from Eric Tate. First, he had to stop the ball and keep it close enough because there were two on-rushing Ontario players. Then to have the vision to look for Albers, and it sets up, out of nothing, a phenomenal chance here for Matt Markham, who has been a goal scorer and an assist man in these situations. Fakes the shot, slided it over to Jackson, but nothing there, and it's going to be Markham pushing it all the way back to Tate. They'll switch things up and go at it with Ledesma playing a long ball, and then it's still loose in the middle there, but cleared right behind us and out of play. Arizona's going to have another chance. From the quarter field line. It's going to be Markham again lining this one up. And he takes a rip, and it was critically blocked. Then an ambitious effort from Phil Jackson on the one time goes into the net, and Ontario gets the ball. It really was a crucial block, though, there. I don't know who got a piece on it for Ontario, but I think that was rolling towards the left corner of the goal, if not for the intervention. Now some great strength shown to keep possession for Ontario, as we have a pretty intense battle in that corner. Amidst some pressure, Noah Castillo able to briefly possess it, but he lost it there. And now it's Camille Camden who collected the ball on the boards for Ontario and then applied pressure up in front. Here's a free kick, and Markham wanted the ball. Instead it went back to Tate. Now Markham does have it. He'll play it to Cortez. Cortez trying to do something here. Not Cortez, actually, excuse me. Ball played in the middle, and a nice touch there leads to a great chance. That was almost a beautiful goal. It was Markham with the one touch, and then Noel Castillo getting a great effort there. He had the keeper beat, but slid it just right of the post. So it's still 2-2, and we're down to 24 and a half seconds. And meanwhile, the game clock is not starting. Hey, the game clock hasn't started. So I don't know what they're going to do there. They changed it to 22.6, and I don't know what's going on. Looks like the Impact are going to get a free kick out of this. And it's going to be Nicholas Barraza sliding it. Another well-worked play. Oh, and it's in! I would be furious if I'm the the Ontario coach, excuse me. I don't know how they even had that chance, but it works out beautifully for the Impact. Well-worked ball. 4 players get a touch on it before it is finally put into the net. And the timing could not be better for Arizona. Just 18 seconds left in the first period. And that makes it 3-2 Impact. Now a long ball played, but it is headed clear. And I don't know if Ontario is going to have a chance here. It's down to 7 seconds and counting. They'll try a long ball, but Arizona content to just let the time run out. And maybe, wow, that was actually a chance, but it's after the clock ran out. After the clock ran out, that's not a goal. That is not a goal. It's still going to be 3-2 Impact. It was about a second and a half after the buzzer, so really not even much of an argument there. Decent idea, though, for Castillo to play it off the wall like that. And then Albers actually puts in a great finish, but it's after the period ended. And it's 3-2 Arizona Impact. So stick around, we'll be right back at it in just a few moments. Hope you've enjoyed an entertaining first period. We've got 3 more of those coming.
Now, they will have 30 seconds, and the person who has the most seconds will win a t-shirt. First Impact t-shirt.
So if any of you are just joining us right now, score 3-2, Arizona Impact leading the Ontario Fury 2 side. It's been a back and forth entertaining affair here at the Arizona Sports Complex. Ontario got on the board with 2 goals in the first 5 minutes. It was first Marcus Jordan unassisted, just a minute and a half into this one. Phil Jackson tied it with a penalty kick 2 minutes into the game exactly. There was an intentional handball called on Ray Obergon that led to the opportunity. Then Ontario went ahead with a goal from William Raygoza. Really nice goal for Ontario, came off a set piece. They credited Daniel Lopez with the assist, which is interesting because I thought it was Marcus Jordan that got the last touch on that ball to set it up for Lopez, or for Raygoza, excuse me. Either way, Arizona Impact responded with 2 goals in the final 5 minutes of the period. First one coming from Noel Castillo, assisted by Matt Merrick. And the second one, Omar Ledesma, the guy that ultimately tapped it home. And the assist came from Irvin Cortez. Really fun first 15 minutes. The goal for Arizona Impact, the second goal that made it 2-2, one of the better goals you will ever see in an MASL2 match. I mean, you had 4 players touch the ball there. Matt Merrick actually got the assist. You don't see him get on the score sheet in any capacity too often. Nice to see a defender get on there. And Noel Castillo with the tap in at the back post. It's been a very even first period too. Both teams with 9 shots in the first 15 minutes. Doesn't get much more even than that. And I think Ontario may be wishing it was still a tie game. Feeling unlucky to be down, but them's the breaks. You got to handle the chances that come in front of you. And I mean, they did come very close to a third goal off the foot of Rafael Santana. It was the inside of the post, and it just bounced wide. So that's where we're at right now. It's 3-2. Both teams with 9 shots on target. The Impact almost getting a 4th goal, but it was after the final buzzer. And we've still got 45 minutes of exciting MASL2 action to go. Before we get started with the second period, I'll take this moment to say that Select Physical Therapy is the official physical therapy provider of the Arizona Impact. Whether you have physical therapy, hand therapy, sports medicine, or work health needs, Select Physical Therapy is the place to go for all of those things. They're the exclusive trainer for the Arizona Impact, and if you're interested, you can go to selectphysicaltherapy.com or just visit a local Select Physical Therapy location near you. To my left, we have Ontario's coach, Bernie Lilivoy, having an interesting discussion with the refs about that lack of an official timeout. I actually don't know the rule on that. Perhaps it's a little bit different at the first level of MASL, but regardless, he made his opinion known there. And we get things started with Eric Tate possessing the ball in the back, sending a long ball, and it's actually a pretty good one here for Ishmael Castillo, and he'll send it back to Tate again. And I'm surprised the refs didn't blow the whistle there. Instead, Radakovich is going to send it all the way back to Tate, and Arizona will get its attack started again. The ball played to Tate up in the middle. He's going to laser one off the wall, and it finds Ishmael Castillo. And he finds Merrick, who will play it up the right side. Lots of space for a shot, and it has to be kicked away by DeLima. And still a battle for it. And it's a battle that's won by Arizona. Very nice work there from Radakovich before he comes off on a change. Now Tate with the ball, and he plays it for Omar Ledesma. And he is pressured pretty intensely here, but he does what he needs to do. Doesn't turn the ball over amidst that pressure from Alanis. Now a long ball played, and it's dealt with by Ontario. That was Santana back passing it, and they were able to get it away. DeLima with the clearance. And now a chance here. Merrick, oh boy, if there was someone on the right side. Oh my goodness. Some nervy moments at the back there for Arizona. But Daniel Lopez unable to make them pay. Or actually Raygoza, excuse me. Raygoza unable to make them pay. You don't see too many people back heel it back there like Ledesma did. But he did it, and then he scored. He just put in a rocket toe poke shot. I think it caught everyone by surprise, including yours truly. But a shot with some great dip on it, and swerve to just sneak it inside of the post. Keeper completely unprepared for that. And it is 4-2 Arizona. That's 3 straight goals for the home side. And now a short-manned Ontario side is going to have to conjure up a response. As we are here 2 minutes into the second period. Good pressure there from Albers, but Ontario able to play it off the wall. And now this is Jordan. Jordan trying to find Camden. And he does, I believe. Pretty intense battle in that corner. Now a chance for a shot. No, it's going to be played to the side. And this is Raygoza looking for something. Nothing is found except for the palms of Eric Tate. Now rolls it to the side. This is good pressure here by Camden. And Tate has to toe poke it off the wall. Really good pressure applied by Camden for the last 60 seconds here. He actually gets the ball in the corner now. Slid into the middle. Beautiful passing. And that's going to be a foul, I think. Yes, it is. Jordan getting into a dangerous space. And that was Armandi, who got too much ankle, not enough ball. And Coach Cudmore for the Arizona Impact making it clear that it should be a top of the box free kick. we have some discussion here. And you gotta realize that there's a lot at stake here. Is it a penalty? Is it just a blue card? Is it neither? That's what they're trying to sort out. And it looks like they've come back out onto the pitch, made a decision, and it does look like it's going to be at the top of the arc. Some interesting banter there. Lilovoy showing that he is an honest gent, telling him that it should be at the top of the box and not a penalty. Well, they get a great chance. Oh, my goodness. It was a really great effort by Raygoza on the one time, and now it's really a chance that Albers had to do better with. My goodness. Both teams with some unbelievable opportunities there. All Albers has to do is just touch it past the keeper, and then he's got everything to beat. De Lima went to ground, but I think he got a little bit flustered and skied it into the net. And here comes Ontario now. It's Daniel Lopez getting all the way up and getting a nice shot, but it was a little bit off target. Ball is played forward. Ref is able to get it out of the way, and a great turn by Albers. Will this be? Chips him, and then it's cleared off the line. What an incredible save. What an incredible all-around play. Those are the kinds of things you get when you tune in to watch MASL 2. And then end-to-end action as Daniel Lopez just puts it over. I still want to know who cleared that off the line, and I think it was Alanis. That was incredible. I mean, it might have been Lopez, too. Honestly, I think it was Lopez. I couldn't get a number, but it all happened so fast. That was beautiful composure there by Albers, just to round the keeper like that with the header, and then the chip. But even better defense. And then going the other way, Lopez now with two really good chances in the last 60 seconds. But both times, they have not been able to find the target. Now Cortez under some pressure, able to get it to Markham. And a chance here, Phil Jackson into the middle. And Omar Ledesma puts it home and makes no mistake. It is now 5-2 Arizona Impact. Don't go anywhere though. This has been end-to-end action, and if the last few minutes are any indication of what happens next, I think there are going to be more goals on both sides. This is a very frenetic game. So here comes Ontario now, played by Raygoza but collected by Tate. Arizona able to deal with the ball in the back, even though Ontario pressured it pretty well. And they'll slide it to Tate, and Tate's going to have things under control right now. Ball slid forward, but Ontario deals with it. Now, that was Alanis, but the Impact win that. Oh, and it's a great chance there. Ishmael Castillo trying to find Prado. Instead, Ontario clears it. Oh my, that's a collision there. Somehow no foul called. But Ontario possesses it anyways, and this is Alanis sliding it. And they're looking for help here. That's a chance. And a goal. Way too much space if you're looking at it from Arizona's perspective for Daniel Lopez. And right on cue, he makes it 5-3. Really, really patient stuff there to wait for Lopez to make that run, and a very smart, very well-timed run. It's so important to pull the ball back sometimes to set up free runners coming from the back, especially in small goal and indoor soccer. And right there you see what a well-timed run can do. Excuse me there. Now Arizona coming back up the pitch. That's Merrick. And now two guys trying to get the ball. Neither of them come up for it. And it's a 2-on-2 chance now for Ontario as a diving save keeps Raygoza off the score sheet. Ball is still there in the corner, both sides fighting for it eagerly. And Tate is able to collect. So we've got 9 minutes left in the first half. The score 5-3, and a bad giveaway from Noel Castillo, setting up Ontario with numbers moving forward. And Merrick able to blast it off the wall. Now a chance for Noel Castillo to possess. And a foul called on Rafael Santana. And it looked like Noel Castillo got into the wall there for a second. He's up now, but he was shaken up. So with 8 minutes and 49 seconds left in the first half, the score Arizona Impact 5, Ontario Fury 2, 3. Everyone's in good spirits on the Arizona side, most of all Eric Tate as he goes to the bench with smiles on his face. And it's a lot of tired-looking players for Ontario. Again, they only came out here with 8 players wearing jerseys. So really not too many chances for them to sub, and the guys are already looking winded. A lot of guys sucking up water like it's their last sip in their lives. Refs are all waiting just to get back to the action. And they're letting everyone know it's time to get back to the action. So we will get back to the action with Armandi playing the ball to Eric Tate. Again, the score here 5-3 in favor of the Impact. And Tate, once again, getting into the attacking half. Ball played off the wall, and there's a good little battle here. And that was Nicholas Barraza able to win the ball on the wall. Then a defensive clearance gets played up into the netting. And now a pretty decent chance here for Arizona. It's going to be Barraza trying to play it off the wall, and just really a mishit there. No other way to explain it. Oh my goodness. Santana had a defender to his feet, but Arizona is able to recover. And Ontario has to pass things around and reset it a little bit. Interesting, we have a commenter, Marty Fisher, talking about the Colorado Blizzard on this one. The Blizz could put a boot through these two teams in a blink. Go Blizzard. Yeah, I mean, the way that they're both playing defense, they're looking way too vulnerable at the back, and we saw Blizzard put in 11 goals here 2 weeks ago. There's a ball played. Oh my goodness, what a chance. Just missed by inches for Ontario. Now a really well-played ball into the middle, and a back heel there by Ray Goza. But it was no match for Eric Tate. And it was kind of right on cue there again, because Ontario able to create a really well-worked chance. I mean, both teams have been good value for their goals. Ontario probably should have more goals, to be honest. They've had some really great chances that have just missed by small margins. And conversely, the Impact have done a good job taking advantage of their chances. And speaking of chances, this is Noel Castillo. He's going to toe poke it, but it's a good kick save by DeLima. And then a foul, and it looks like it's going Ontario's way. An odd man rush there. It was really only one player going forward for Arizona. But he was able to get a pretty good look at the goal. DeLima up to the task that time, however. Now a wall ball played, and a collision in the middle, and no one comes out of there with it. Again, blasted off the wall, thinking about a one-timer was Santana. Instead, he plays it. And Ontario doing a good job passing the ball here in dangerous spots. They have to take it all the way back to the midfield stripe, however, to reset. And then a real breakaway opportunity. Barraza just gets a heavy touch on it, and instead it's going to be a free kick for Ontario too. And Alanis is going to fake it. Jordan going to take it. Oh my goodness! Another chance goes begging for Ontario. I think they got the exact execution they wanted, a guy at the post, and the ball was put where it needed to be. Meanwhile, a chance for Albers. Is he going to pass it back? He will! And it's off the bottom of the post! Unbelievable! He missed that by literally 1 inch. And it was a perfect chance there for Omar Ledesma. He had the keeper beat. I think he got a little bit too cute there, tried to go upper 90, and he missed it by the slimmest of margins. There were 2 guys there with Albers. He made the right play, passing it back into the middle. We've seen some truly incredible opportunities. Another match for Arizona Impact where the play has been so wide open. And there's a chance, but they aren't able to get a clean look. They were trying to get Ray Obregon to run in there for a blast, but the Impact able to block it. And here's Obregon again. Cortez doing a good job there to get his body in, and then a big time shove. A little bit of a retaliation shove there. And I can understand Obregon's frustration there, to be honest. Looks like he's coming off too. But yeah, the way he sees it, he got shoved a little bit by Cortez, and it's a no call. And then he shoves Cortez back, and it's a free kick to Arizona. So I understand he's a little bit frustrated there, but that's not the smartest retaliation foul. Tate tries to find someone, but it's well controlled by Raygoza. And here comes Ontario again. Ball into the middle, but Tate's there. And now a counterattack chance. This is Phil Jackson with it. Jackson plays it really well to the side, and lots of time. Surely it's a goal. Really, really well played there. They slid it all the way to the corner where Radakovic was wide open, and instead of taking the shot and going for the glory, he went to the back post where Jackson was able to put it in. It actually went off a Ontario defender, I believe his head, but it still made it into the net, and that makes it 6-3 Arizona Impact. Perhaps the best offensive performance for the Impact this season. They've scored 6 and created even more chances. People like Eric Sarno, gotta love the scoreline right now, 6-3. As the ball is played back to DeLima. DeLima looking for something, but good pressure applied by Urban Cortez. Chance now though, but Eric Tate is able to collect and preserve it, and then a really unnecessary header into the net sets up Ontario really well. That was Barraza trying to head it back for the keeper, and instead, a great chance is headed clear. This is Noel Castillo, and another ball played, and then a really great ball played, and it's going to go back to Noel Castillo, playing it, trying to find Cortez on the back post. He can't do it because Ontario clears. And they'll play it all the way back and start things over again with Barraza under pressure, able to get by one guy but not the second. Boy, Raygoza, such an attacking threat as he puts a toe poke shot in there. Must have had some late dip to it. Tate had to collect it on the bounce. Wasn't able to collect it on the first try, but he gets it and deals with it. And now good pressure here by Ontario. And it causes a giveaway, and now a chance perhaps. But very, very strong defense there by Merrick. And now it's a 3-on-3 here, but I think both teams are going to make changes instead. Kind of curious there. It looked like Arizona could have pushed it if they really wanted to. And meanwhile, that was Raygoza and Daniel Lopez on the other end trying to get something going. before the intervention from Merrick. And meanwhile, here is Arizona on the attacking end. Oh, a great chance! A great chance there as Johan Prado tried to play it for Irvin Cortez. He just couldn't get the right touch to score the goal. And now another marauding run from Raygoza, and a whistle is blown with just 2 minutes and 39 seconds left in the first half. It's been a fun match here at the Arizona Sports Complex. It doesn't matter which team you support. End-to-end stuff, lots of goals. Really could easily have more than 9 goals. Both teams have squandered a couple really great chances. But it's been a fun one here, no doubt about it. Shots are even in this match. It was 9-9 in the first period, 5-5 in the second. Neither team has been shy to shoot. But Arizona has been doing a better job finding the back of the net. Probably safe to say that it has not been DeLima's finest game between the sticks. But Eric Tate's been pretty good. He's made some big-time saves. And then also, Ontario has just missed a couple chances. Some very good chances. Missing off the post, missing by a couple inches. It's always good to see family members of the players out there watching. Looks like we got a comment. Someone rooting for Rafael Santana of the Ontario Fury 2. That's pretty cool. And we've got ourselves an opportunity now for Ontario. This is going to be Raygoza sliding it back to Alanis. Alanis looking for Jordan. And they're just working the ball around here, trying to do something. It is a man advantage here for Ontario. There was a penalty. And a great chance is dealt with. Since Ontario is on the power play, it's worth noting they are one of the best power play teams in the league. They have a 69% success rate. I think anyone would agree that that's very nice. And a great ball slid in the middle and right on cue. It's a goal. Goal scored there. And I think it was Marcus Jordan on the finish. Raygoza with the assist. It's going to be Jordan's second goal of the match, and it makes it 6-4. You can't give away penalties to a team as talented as Ontario on the power play. So with 2 minutes and 2 seconds in the first half, we now have a 6-4 affair. And Ontario tries to get something going. They might have had a chance there if Obregon could control that wall ball. Instead, Arizona able to reset in the back. As the ball is played off the wall, off the glove, and then Ishmael Castillo might have had a great chance for a goal there, but the shot was blocked. And now Camden controlling against the wall for Ontario. And he's able to slide it over to Alanis. Alanis will slide it all the way back to Clayson DeLima. And he looks for someone. And he finds, it looks like Daniel Lopez. And now Camden, strongest player on the field for either side, able to get in there and win the ball for Ontario. And he wins a free kick. It's got to be difficult to deal with someone that can just go in there and win the ball like that twice in the span of seconds. Ontario does play the ball long, but no one on the end. They were looking for Rafael Santana, and instead, Arizona might be able to counter here. They have 3 guys going forward against 3 defenders. This is Ledesma trying to do something, but the defense does its job, and they have to play it all the way back. And we're down to just 41 seconds in the first half. Now Barraza trying to find an on-running Ledesma, but he does not get there in time. Very nice play, though, by Ishmael Castillo to snuff out a potential Ontario counter. And a push applied by Camden, maybe a little bit too strong for his own good. It's going to result in a free kick opportunity with 25.7 seconds remaining. This will be Barraza, and he is going to send it into the right wing. Don't really know what's going on there. It looks like an intense battle, and indeed Ontario able to get it out. Clock's still running. We're down to just over 10 seconds and a half. Tate plays a long ball, not really dealt with too well, and a chance by Phil Jackson. Almost makes it in. DeLima just does enough to parry and collect before any rebound chance. So after 30 minutes here at the Arizona Sports Complex, it's been fun, and it's Arizona with a 6-4 lead. An exciting first half here. Riveting end-to-end stuff. I've been saying it all day because it's true. Both teams should feel like this game is there for the taking. Both teams have been able to score in bunches, and it's just going to be a matter of who can get the key goals as we progress into the second half. Your second period scoring, after it was 3-2 going into the period, Omar Ledesma scored 2 goals in the first 5 minutes to make it 5-2 Arizona Impact. The first one assisted by Matt Merrick, and the second one assisted by Phil Jackson. Ontario did respond, though. They scored a goal from Daniel Lopez, and then after Phil Jackson put in a goal to make it 6-3, Marcus Jordan, with 2.5 minutes, scores on the power play to make it 6-4. And that's where we're at right now. Halfway home, Arizona Impact 6, Ontario Fury 2, 4. If you're looking at it from a shots perspective, Ontario actually outshot the home side in the second period. It was 6-5 in shots, and that gives Ontario a 15-14 edge on shots for the game. Been a very evenly played match. And actually, the most recent update shows it's actually 6-6 in shots, so it couldn't be much more even than that. 15 shots for each side, but Arizona with the advantage on the scoreboard. And you see a 6-4 halftime scoreline, you're thinking, oh man, not the greatest goalkeeping, but really a pretty decent job, and it could even be more goals for either side. Both teams had chances that hit off the inside of the post and just didn't go all the way into the net. Both teams had chances that just missed a few inches to the sides. So really, I mean, hindsight is 20/20, but in a different universe, this could be like a 7-6 halftime score. So people should be pretty excited about the second half coming up. One thing you're going to worry about if you're Ontario, not a very deep squad today. Not too many guys actually made the trip from Southern California to the Valley of the Sun. And so you're going to see, do those legs get more tired as the game goes on? It hasn't really seemed to be too much of a factor thus far, but we still have 30 minutes left. So we're going to shut the volume off for a few minutes. We're going to take a halftime break, but don't go anywhere because we will be back in about 10 minutes with the second half of action. One last time in case you're just joining us, the score through 30 minutes, Arizona Impact 6, Ontario Fury 2, 4.
climate-controlled space. We provide 3 state-of-the-art full-sized arena soccer fields, 2 indoor and 1 outdoor. The indoor fields offer full-length sheets of glass, providing the spectator with a full view of all the action on the field. The newly remodeled outdoor field offers a breathtaking view of the gorgeous Arizona sunset. There is something for everybody here at our complex, with a full-service snack bar, a pro shop, games for the kids, and league play every night of the week for every age and skill level. From soccer programs to lacrosse and personal training, birthday parties, corporate events, and even dog shows, our complex provides any group an unforgettable playing or event experience. Arizona Sports Complex is dedicated to improving players' skills in competitive sports, teaching the value of good sportsmanship, and adopting healthy lifetime behaviors by providing superior services, quality programs, premium facilities, and a qualified, dedicated staff. We're located off Pinnacle Peak Road, just west of 35th Avenue on the south side of the street. Come by and see us soon.
All right, and we hope you guys had a nice, relaxing break during the halftime period. But we are back and ready to go for another 30 minutes of action. The score right now, Arizona Impact 6, Ontario 2, 4. As both sides get back onto the pitch
Technical issue with the camera. I'll fix it right now.
and resume action. Our apologies if there are any slight technical difficulties. We promise we'll get that resolved as quickly as possible. In the meantime, you're going to have to just visualize things for a few seconds. We might be out for just a second or two as the half gets started. So Ontario possesses the ball, and there we go, right back at it again. It's going to be Jordan with the ball on the left wing. And he is able to pass it to Reynosa. A really fun first half, goals for both sides, close chances for both sides, a little bit of everything. And I'm thinking we're going to see a lot of the same as we move forward. This is Ontario starting out on the front foot. They're able to get the ball onto the wall where it's really still open and out there, but Arizona is able to do just enough to keep the ball out of its own net. It was really loose there. Eric Tate couldn't quite get his hands on the ball amidst pressure from Jordan, who scored 2 goals in that half. But Arizona was able to stand tall and avoid disaster. And now it looks like they're going to get a free kick. So this will be Eric Tate getting things started again with a long ball forward. And it's going to be Ishmael Castillo holding his ground, passing it back to Merrick, looking for Ledesma up the middle. And really nice pressure there from Raygoza. And he does enough to lose possession for the home side. Ontario tries to build from the back, but a little bit of a heavy touch there. Puts it into the net, and Arizona will get the ball. And this will be Barraza sliding it over to Phil Jackson, who takes a nice shot, but DeLima was there. And Ontario is able to clear. Now Jordan for Raygoza, and a fine kick save made by Eric Tate to keep it at 6-4. Ontario tries to play quick, the ref says no, and Arizona is able to make a sub. And now they'll switch it to the right side, where a very dangerous shot was put on target by Daniel Lopez, but Eric Tate able to use strong hands and parry it to the side. Ontario clearly trying to put their stamp on the second half. They have been the attacking side in the first 90 seconds, but no goals just yet. As this is Hermondi playing it back to Tate, and now he'll slide it over to Jackson. Jackson being watched by Marcus Jordan. And now Eric Tate will slide it up the right side, looking for something here. And now a chance perhaps for Ledesma. He's going to try to slide it, and actually, it's a goal! A great, great goal for the Impact. So Ledesma plays it off the wall, takes a big hop, kind of fools DeLima. And then Noel Castillo was able to get a nice foot on it, put the ball in. And that's got to feel good for Noel Castillo, a guy that really doesn't light the score sheet up too often. He puts one in this time, and it is now 7-4 in favor of the home side. And Ontario having to make a long road trip, not bring too many players onto this road trip. They are going to have to dig deep and get back into this match. Ball is played into the corner, but cleared to the midfield stripe. And now this is going to be Alanis. Under pressure, he's able to get the ball over to Camden. Camden has his shot blocked by Markham. And now Prado with it. Under pressure. Lopez watching him, and they have to switch it back to the right side. Very good pressure there. Dangerous ball. But Arizona able to ultimately clear. And now a long ball played. It's going to be Ishmael Castillo up against the boards. Plays a hard wall ball, hoping for a midfield runner. None to be found. And so they take it all the way back to the keeper and reset things. Now 11:45 remaining in the third period. 7-4. And that's just a good job by Jordan getting his body between Albers and the ball. He wins a free kick. So Jordan's going to play it for Alanis, but not a great touch from Alanis. Doesn't matter in the end. Ooh, an interesting idea there for Ontario. Santana tried to backheel it there. It didn't quite work out. But a lot of space, and it's played to the left wing, where Jordan puts it way up into the net. Daniel Lopez might have thought about shooting it, but instead he takes the pass option. Oh, and then a ball played into the middle, and just a little bit too heavy for the onrushing Noel Castillo. And ball will change hands again. It's going to be Ontario's ball now. Looking for someone is Alanis as he plays it long. He finds Camden. Camden against the much smaller Cortez actually loses the ball. Cortez does a great job to get a touch in there. And now a chance. This could be. DeLima goes down to his feet to block the ball, but it's still in the corner. And then Ontario does get it out. Boy, that was a dangerous moment there for Ontario. Already losing by 3 goals, at risk of falling behind by even more. And we're panning our camera over to the other side of the field. It looks like Camden fell pretty hard against the wall. Bernie Lillivoy is actually out on the pitch right now. That's Ontario's head coach. He's there with the trainer. They're making sure he's all right. And again, injuries are the last thing you want to see right now if you're rooting for Ontario. Only 2 subs on the bench, so you really don't want to lose a guy under those circumstances. Well, Camden does get to the bench. He's walking, so he'll be off for now, but it looks like he's ultimately going to be all right. We go back to the on-the-field matters, and it's going to be a nice free kick chance here from Markham. Markham's so dangerous in these chances. It's actually going to be Phil Jackson blasting it, but the shot is deflected by the wall. And they have to play it all the way back to Tate, who actually gets some pressure applied very nicely. Santana doing a great job there, and Tate had to blast the ball off the wall because there were 2 on-rushing Ontario players. And trying to get the ball forward is Ontario, but a very, very nicely timed, clean slide tackle from Ishmael Castillo. Must have been a point of emphasis over the last 2 weeks, because in Arizona's previous match, they came in with some very hard tackles, not really all of the clean variety. I mean, both sides were extremely physical in that match against the Colorado Blizzard. I mean, you've seen guys going to ground when necessary, but they've done it in a clean way today. You haven't quite seen that kind of bad blood escalate between the teams. And now here comes Arizona on a 3v3 rush. Good ball, but it's a little behind. It actually works out here. Could be a chance, and it's just missed by Phil Jackson. Merrick now with a chance. He's going to instead pass it. And Castillo against the wall. Oh, is that a handball? Didn't look like it. And Armandi's going to have to resettle things. But here come the impact again. Ball off the wall, trying to find Ledesma on the bounce. Instead, Castillo plays it for Ledesma. Ledesma to Castillo, and it's another beautiful goal. I tell you what, the Impact have had a couple fantastic team goals today. There's another one right there. Just beautiful interplay between Ledesma and Castillo. And it ends in a really well-worked goal, making the score 8-4. So, what was one of the talking points at halftime? How are both teams going to respond in the first 5 minutes? How is Ontario going to deal with not having a lot of depth on this road trip? Well, they're looking like the tired side right now. They came out hot out of the gates, but after a strong first 2 minutes, they're looking gassed. And the Impact have taken advantage. 2 goals in the first 5 minutes. This is really going to take a lot now for the visitors to get back in it. I can only imagine going on a 5.5 hour drive out here. Not too many subs, and then falling in this kind of a hole, but there still is time for them to make something happen. Really nice defensive play there by Barraza, but Castillo didn't quite see him in time. Ball now played to Cortez, or excuse me, that is Irwin Cortez, and he is fouled up against the wall. And it's going to be a free kick. Looks like Nick Barraza is going to take this, and maybe a new taker now? No, it's going to be Barraza. Barraza telling everyone where to go. Oh boy, that was just a shame. Bad giveaway. And here comes Raygoza for Ontario. Raygoza keeps possession despite 2 guys being on him. But Cortez gets it forward, and this is Barraza now. A new signing for Arizona. Off the wall! Oh my goodness, almost a beautiful individual goal there. Played it off the wall to himself and was able to one-time it, and it just goes a few inches begging to the left. Really, really well worked though. And now both sides able to make substitutions as Ishmael Castillo possesses the ball for Arizona against the line. Plays it back to Cortez, who boots it like a punter into the net. We've got 8 minutes, 23 seconds in the third period, and Impact now lead 8-4. This is Rafael Santana being watched by Noel Castillo, who actually pressured the ball really well there. And now De Lima getting up into the attacking zone. He hasn't really been up there nearly as much as his counterpart in this match, and it shows because he can't really find anyone. Now a bouncing ball finds Noel Castillo. Arizona looks to counter here. Played for Radakovic. Radakovic's going to need some help though. And he plays it back for Markham. Markham to Cortez. And the Impact are very happy to take their time here. Got some shout outs in the comments. One fan very, very happy to see number 14 Noel Castillo getting involved in the attack. And a fan for the opposing team would be doing better if Ontario Fury started scoring. So get back to the action. This is Urban Cortez playing it back. And Markham fakes the shot and then resets things. And then tries to play the ball up the board, but gets taken away. Really good pressure there from Jordan now. And potentially interesting situation, but he handles it well. Soler Cortez against two players. That's a sandwich of fury. No foul called, and he just gets up to his feet now. And now this is Jordan. Oh my. Many seconds later, they actually do blow the whistle. And it's Urban Cortez who is on the ground right here. We're going to get the trainer checking him out. It doesn't look too serious, but got to make sure everything's right. I wonder if there was some impact to the head when he went down there. He's looking okay, though. And he gets back up. So he's going to take a breather, and Josh Albers will get back on the pitch. And Arizona Impact will get the ball. So we're more than halfway through this third period now, and it's been all Impact thus far, with 6:24 remaining, 8-4, and 2 goals for the Impact in this period, none for the visitors. This is Arturo Alanis, a player/coach. He's an assistant coach for the team, and he's able to play it into the middle, but couldn't find anyone immediately. Oh my goodness. That was Daniel Lopez trying to play it back to Alanis, but a defensive intervention stops things. And now Ontario has to reset, where another nice play made by Santana. He's got a lot of space. He's going to shoot it, and it's going to roll just wide. Camden trying to get there for the rebound, but Tate does enough. And now a real log-man rush here if Arizona takes advantage. Instead, Ledesma tries to do it all himself, and the shot is blocked. But another chance at wall ball played. Surely, it's cleared off the line. That was Jordan clearing it off the line to keep things at 8-4. It could have been worse, and now an intense scramble. Albers trying to get in there. Oh, man. And instead, it does go to Ontario, and they are able to clear, and Alanis gets it forward for Santana now. But Merrick does a good job getting back and winning possession. Boy, that was a chance for Arizona to really put this one away. And then a shot taken in the corner there by Noel Castillo. De Lima had to be ready, and he was. Now Ontario looks to reset. Less than 20 minutes left in the action. And Lopez looking for something.
Move forward.
The Fury offense just hasn't been clicking of late.
Go, go, go.
And I think a lot of that has to be attributed to Arizona coming out with a much better defensive focus after halftime. Both of the first two periods, even though Ontario only scored 2 goals, they could have had more. It was very wide open. Now Arizona doing a much better job controlling the game. But Ontario does get it. And this is Santana sliding the ball to his right, where Ray Goza slides it. And now the ball on the right side, and they'll get it back to Lopez. Lopez to Alanis, looking for someone in the middle. And it's a really nice ball. Oh my goodness. Ontario is saying that it touched Eric Tate's mitts. Looks like the refs agree here. It's going to be a free kick in a dangerous spot. But that was great interplay there. And now a shot fired across, but a little bit too far to the left. And then a chance off of Markham's head. I think it would have been just over the post, but it was quite a strike. I believe that was Daniel Lopez on the effort. It went into the net, so it's going to be another chance here for Ontario. And fired just inches over the bar, and then a wild one-timer nowhere near the target. The first effort from Ray Goza, though, almost beats Tate. Wasn't more than just a few inches over the bar, and it was very well worked. It's one of those things, you know, sometimes people watch these matches a lot, sometimes they don't. Something I've picked up on, those set-piece opportunities are real goal-scoring chances. Sometimes you get your best chances off of those. Although here's another chance, and it's blocked to the side by Markham. And here comes another set-piece chance for Ontario to get into this game. We're down to 3:12 left in the third period, so visitors are starting to look at that clock with a little bit of apprehension. But there's still time. They're going to do a quick free kick. And it's Ray Goza again, and a fine save by Eric Tate. Getting down to parry it aside with his leg. Got his right leg on there and strongly puts it aside. Now working on the board is Alanis. And amidst great defense, he loses the ball. So the ball goes Arizona's way, and we're now under 3 minutes in the third period, 8-4. The Impact have really done a better job being compact in this period. One of their defenders, Armandi, has the ball and plays it forward for Ishmael Castillo, who is able to get past the defender, play it off the wall, and a goal! Really great stuff. We've seen several fine goals by Arizona, playing the ball up the right side, slamming it off the wall, or laying it back for someone on the left. And sure enough, the same formula works there. This time it's Josh Albers, a man who's been waiting to get on the score sheet, cruelly denied off the line in the first half, and this time he gets his goal. And so it's been all Arizona Impact in the second half, with the score now 9-4. And the refs do blow a whistle, but it's going to go Arizona's way, and they might try to play this quick. It's going to be a short ball to Ledesma, and he has to play it back under pressure. Someone commenting, this is practice for Arizona Impact. I don't know if I'd go that far. I mean, both these teams come out here to win, and Ontario came in with a very solid 5-3 record, but you definitely don't want to count the chickens before they hatch, but it's looking good at this point. There's a really nice touch for Ledesma, but he needs help. Instead, he plays a long ball and almost finds Noel Castillo there. Not quite, though. And Ontario needs to build out of the back here. They do it. And this might be something. But a very fine intervention there by Cortez. And now we've got something going the other way. That's Ledesma, who just can't quite get the right touch. He had guys on both sides. Now Ontario moving the ball. Swinging it to the left side where Raygoza has it. And Raygoza plays it into the middle, but it's cleared away. Jordan has to go back to the midfield stripe and retrieve. And a foul. Ontario want more than that. They want a card here. Looks like they're going to get off with a warning here. No card issued. It's got to be a break for the home side. So the ball played to Jordan here with 1 minute, 20 seconds left in the third period. And here is a fine goal. I mean, that's incredible. Daniel Lopez there puts the ball on his left foot and just blasted it into that bottom right corner. I mean, great technique there. And maybe a little bit too much space if you're an Arizona Impact fan or coach. Score now 9-5, and we still got over a minute left. This is Prado controlling for Arizona. And a very good ball for Merrick, who's going to have space. He's going to take it himself, but the ball is cleared away by Jordan. Now played to Barraza and back to Tate. And Tate plays it forward. He's able to find Cortez. Cortez finds Castillo. Castillo into the middle for Prado. He's able to keep possession, and that was potentially a chance for Ontario, but they don't win possession. Now a ball played off the wall. This is Ishmael Castillo playing back for Merrick. And Merrick, oh! And it's a foul called, I believe, on Arizona, as players are starting to get physical, and 2 yellow cards issued. You've got just over 30 seconds in this period, but double yellow cards issued here. It's going to be Barraza for Arizona and Camden for Ontario 2. And it looks like we're going to have 5-on-5 action still. But both those players got 5-minute major penalties, so they won't be able to enter for quite some time. And if you look at what team that affects more, that probably has a bigger impact on Ontario, because now they only have 1 sub who can come in. Well, we're back to the action, and a chance here for Ishmael Castillo. What's he going to do? He's going to pass it for Markham. I think he was caught a little flat-footed there, and Ontario able to regroup a bit. Down to 10 seconds in the period. Tate's going to need to do something. He'll play it long. For Albers, trying to find a man in the middle. No doing. Merrick's going to take one last shot, and that'll do it. So at the end of 3 periods here, only 1 remaining, the Arizona Impact have doubled their lead. It was 6-4 at halftime. It is now 9-5 with only 1 period left. So let's get you some stats now that the 3rd period has come to a close. Get you some shots right here. In the 3rd period, the Impact actually outshot Ontario 9-6 for a total shooting edge of 24-21. We'll take this moment to talk about the Rising as One podcast. This is a podcast covering Phoenix Rising and basically any other soccer news in the Valley of the Sun. If you're interested, you can find them at Rising Pod on Twitter. You can find them on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, and all of the podcast listening apps. That's really all you got to know. We actually introduced a new member to the podcast just today, so a new episode will drop tomorrow. Be sure to give it a listen. So we've only got 15 minutes here on a beautiful day in Arizona. Equally beautiful indoors. And the fans are in pretty good spirits here. It's 9-5 for the home side. They conceded a goal late in that third period, but it's been a really solid effort. And you get the sense it would take something pretty extraordinary for the visitors to rally in this match. Arizona will come out to start the fourth period with Phil Jackson, Noel Castillo, Matt Merrick, Victor Radakovich, and Suhail Hermandi with Tate in the goal. Here's Hermandi passing it back to Tate, and Tate will slide it up for Jackson, and a great play there to find Hermandi. Now just need a better pass into the middle. Phil Jackson was there, and it could have been a goal. And now Ontario looking to counter. It's going to be Obregon sliding it back for Alanis. The visitors need to find something soon. And their most physical threat, Camden, is still on the bench for almost 4 more minutes. Here comes Ontario. This is going to be Lopez taking a crack, and a good play made there by Noel Castillo. I think it was going to be a little wide, but you don't want to take your chances when you're protecting a lead like this. Now Alanis is able to slide it over to Lopez, who plays it back to Raygoza. And Raygoza will get it to Alanis again. Cudmore imploring the home side to press the Ontario attackers. Don't give them too much time. Well, they are able to block that shot, but it goes up into the netting, and this is going to be a free kick opportunity. Ontario will reset, look for something with Lopez. He's going to take a long shot, had some good dip on it, but it goes wide of the mark. And then Hermandi does well to put a foot in there, and Tate collects. Phil Jackson now has it. He's going to look to move the ball forward. And he has a guy up there. Try to play it off the wall, and it just wasn't quite there. No center runner. And now Ontario will bring it back. You can definitely tell that they've upped the pace late in the third period going into the fourth period. But it took them a long time to do that. And even now, they're having trouble finding the same gaps they were finding earlier in the match. There's actually a really clever touch. And Lopez once again takes a crack and once again misses. So Ontario makes its one sub they can make right now. And Jordan re-enters. We're down to 12:40 left in the match. It's still 9-5, and both those penalties still have over 2 minutes left. Meanwhile, we have a whistle, and the ball is going to go Arizona's way. So a pretty uneventful first 2.5 minutes in this period. I think that's exactly how Arizona wants this game to go.
That's the second one. Blue card. Shit, guys. Hey, let's go, Mike. Let's go.
Lilovoy trying to tell the refs that it was a second missed substitution and there should be a blue card. And the ref says no. Oh, actually, I was getting corrected. The is swayed. So it looks like Lilovoy's persuasion pays off. This is going to be a power play opportunity.
Hey, refs, it can't be a keeper. Hey, wait, it can't be a keeper. Hey, it can't be a keeper. If he comes on the field, we have 2 keepers. be a keeper. If the keeper comes on, you have two keepers. It's got to be a field player. If the keeper comes on,
And now the refs are going to take a timeout. It looked like Arizona was trying to
goalkeeper in the box.
put a keeper in the box.
No. You can't do that. It's got to be field player.
Eric Tate, the impact keeper, is just laughing about everything. But they do end up putting a field player in. It looks like Urban Cortez is going to get into the box right now. So this will be a man advantage for the Ontario Fury. Markham blasts it though and scores a short-handed goal.
Oh, twins?
Okay. Well, that's a great goal right there. That's why Matt Markham is so dangerous on those set pieces. And it's now 10 goals to 5 for the home side. Here comes Ontario, though. And they score within seconds. Within 5 seconds, really. That's a big-time break, though, that Impact was able to score their goal on the free kick, or else you'd be looking at a 3-goal game right now. And now that the penalty is killed, Urban Cortez goes back onto the field. One of the Cortez twins, the other one being Hillel Cortez, a defender. So we've got 12 minutes left here, and it's now 10-6. So we're starting to get some of that scoring and wide open play that we had earlier on. Speaking of wide open play, that could have been a great chance for Cortez if he had a better touch there. But the Impact are still up by 4 goals. And the pass just gets through to Cortez. That was a dangerous one there from Tate. Now the ball played forward, and it finds Hermondi. He'll play it back to Merrick. The Impact not wanting to give the ball away, but that's exactly what happens. Fortunately, Prado is there to intervene and then come through with a really nice skill play. Prado really has been one of the unsung heroes for the home side today, intervening on defense, making some fine passes, and just all around being everything Cudmore could ask of him. Now a ball played into the right corner, and there's a good fight for it. Arizona maintains possession through Prado, who again makes a solid pass, getting the ball back to Merrick so they can start things up again. And Ishmael Castillo is called for a handball. And is the clock not running? The clock's not running. We've had some issues with the clock today. The clock is not running. One moment, please. Looks like they have tried to fix that clock issue, but we're still waiting on what... I think they just started running it, but a lot of time came off in real time without any time coming off on the clock. I mean, it says 10 and a half minutes. I'm sure Cudmore is going to want an explanation for that. And meanwhile, here is Prado. Nice little move, a little dummy move. Passes back to Tate. And they move it forward where it's played back to Markham. And now Tate, coming forward as he likes to do, slides it over to Jackson. And Jackson's still not finding what he's hoped to find. So you just have to take their time here. Now he will play it forward, off the wall. But Jackson's there for Ontario. But it's a giveaway. They were hoping to make a change there. Now it can't happen. It slid over to the left side. Good effort there, but it just missed. And now Markham tried to get something going, but instead Ontario able to clear. And here comes Obregon with a bad pass. The Fury cannot be giving the ball away like this when they need to come back. but Arizona will take it every day of the week. So the ball played back to Tate, and that's a bad giveaway, but Markham's still there and is able to play it off the wall. And there's Hillel Cortez now for Phil Jackson. Jackson's got space, passes, and it's in! Really well-worked goal there. Looks like Radakovic finally found the back of the net for Arizona, and with 9 minutes left, it's 11-6. And that's got to feel great for Radakovic, finally getting on the score sheet. So now here comes Ontario trying to get things going. They were trying to get things going with Camden, who finally finished his penalty, but nothing of it there. And instead, Impact has the ball through Ishmael Castillo, who does well to keep it with pressure coming from Alanis. He plays it back to Tate. And I think they're just going to circle it back to Tate there, a couple passes. They're moving the ball well, and that's exactly what you want to do when you got a 5-goal lead at this stage in the game. Ball played forward. Great touch there by Albers. Unfortunately for Arizona, a nice defensive intervention, but then Albers again getting in the right spot. Perhaps a foul could have been called. They say play on, probably the right call. And here comes Ontario with it. And they'll bring it forward from Regoza. And Regoza plays it back to Alanis. Alanis looking for something. He's going to blast it forward, where Barraza sticks his foot in there and puts it up into the net. So now we've got ourselves a free kick chance here. This will be Alanis. And he tries the low roller approach, but it gets blocked away. And really just too much time ticking off for Ontario right now. Down to 7.5 minutes left. 5-goal lead for the home team. And they're just not putting too many chances on. Here's a chance, and it's a really good save. Probably DeLima's best save of the match there. Second chance from Ledesma misses. Third chance is saved. Fourth chance goes into the net. Wow. Well, for Noel Castillo, everything except the back of the net right there. He got a great pass from Urban Cortez on the right side, just couldn't put the ball in the net. He was denied by DeLima. A very good save there. Took another couple cracks at it. First one missed, second one saved, and then nothing on the fourth one of note. But it's nice to see Arizona still putting their pedal to the metal, still pressing the issue, still being the aggressive team out here today. And again, this just goes back to at halftime, how would Ontario do with having so many fewer subs, only 8 players total on this trip? Really just a very small amount of manpower. Everyone had to come up and be a hero today, and anything less than that just won't cut it. And you've seen them just get a little bit more tired in the second half. They've had a tougher time pressing the ball, a tougher time creating quality opportunities, and that's worked perfectly into Arizona Impact's hands. So Clayson DeLima will get things going again with just over 7 minutes left, but his teammate almost gave it away there. Daniel Lopez was challenged pretty hard there by Marca. Ultimately, Ontario keeps the ball. now they actually have a field player in at keeper. Wow, what a goal. It was a very impressive goal right there. It looked just like a long shot from Obregon, and then it took a deflection and went in. So credit Ontario, they are not giving up on this game by any stretch of the imagination. And Arizona's going to have to keep their heads in this if they want to get the win before going on a 3-game road trip, as a back pass goes directly into the ref there. But we play it on, and this is Alanis now with the ball. Desperation times for Ontario here. You might recall the last time these two teams played, it was in Ontario, and it was a match that the Impact really were on the verge of winning. It was 8-7 with under 3.5 minutes left. But the Fury scored 2 goals in the last 3 minutes to turn that 8-7 deficit into a 9-8 win. Arizona knows this team can come back, and so they're going to have to really stay strong here in these final 5 minutes and 57 seconds. And again, the ref gets hit by the ball. Meanwhile, the Impact play it forward Dakovic. But Camden is able to get in the way there, and we turn things around. And this is Camden now for Ontario. Playing it off the wall, just needed someone in the middle. No one was there though. And Ontario with a pretty interesting strategy here. I believe that's Daniel Lopez playing keeper right now, but he's only playing keeper in a nominal sense. Now they go the other way, and this could be a chance. He's out of his net. They're going to try the lob shot, and it just misses. Missed by about 1.5 feet. It was a good idea by Phil Jackson. You know, I just think Impact didn't quite realize it enough, and then the ball was bouncing around a bit there. So by the time he had the chance, it had to be a perfect shot. Anything less wouldn't cut it. So indeed, this is Lopez playing keeper, even though he truly is a field player. So, I mean, it's kind of interesting. Sometimes in hockey, you see a team down by 2 goals playing with the keeper out with several minutes left. But I mean, Fury 2 are down by 4. This is a pretty radical idea here. They're really throwing the kitchen sink at it now, as a long ball is played for Noel Castillo. Jordan wins the free kick, though, for Ontario. And that's just stupid stuff. Unbelievable. A blue card assessed for an illegal substitution, and it just gifts Ontario with a man advantage for 2 minutes.
Let's go, come on! Hey!
Still 4 minutes and 20 seconds left on the clock. And keep in mind, Ontario has scored both of its power play opportunities tonight. This is exactly what you don't want if you're trying to preserve a lead late in the game. So basically a 6-on-4 here with Lopez, essentially a field player. I mean, this is crazy stuff. If they get any clearance at all, you could have an open net. But instead, the ball played off the wall very dangerously there. Tate had to be alert, and he still has to be alert because Ontario has it. Ball played across the face of goal, and Jordan is kicking himself. He knows he could have done a lot better there. So the ball will go to the Impact now, and it'll go all the way back to Eric Tate with 3 minutes and 53 seconds remaining. This is some intense pressure now, so intense And Tate had to play it back against the wall. And now Markham had two guys on him, and it's played into the middle. Just missed, and then another chance just missed. Ontario is getting the chances on this power play. If they could put something in soon, they could really make this a game. But it hasn't happened yet, and we're down to 3 minutes and 40 seconds. All right, here come Jordan and Lopez out of the back. This is Lopez with a lot of space. He'll slide it to the left side where Merrick has to be watchful on defense. Radakovich guarding the ball too, but it's played for Lopez. And he tries to throw the ball in the goal. I don't think that would have counted anyways, but it does waste a lot of time, and we're down to 3 minutes now. So here is Lopez playing the ball up the left wing. Here's Ontario trying to do something here, but a very compact defensive shape as Arizona has killed off almost half this power play. There's a great opportunity, and Jordan just whiffs on it again. He had a clear chance there. And we're down to 16 seconds on the power play as a ball is just blasted into the head of Matt Markham. Only 13 seconds remaining here. And these are absolute desperation times for the visiting team. Ball played off the wall, and it's collected by Tate. Oh, that's just foolish there. Barraza didn't turn around. Chance now, but Tate stands tall. And it looks like with 1 second on the penalty, it's basically killed off. The Impact will take a timeout. So we're down to 2:23, and at this point, it looks like mission accomplished for the home team. You'd have to see something truly extraordinary for a team to make up 4 goals in just 2 minutes and 21 seconds. And it's kind of reflected by the fact that Ontario has put back in Clayson DeLima. It looks like they have waved the white flag here, the virtual white flag. And we're just 1 second away from being back to 5-on-5 and effectively killing off the game. It's been a very even game as far as shots for both teams are concerned. Ontario might actually win the shots battle in this period. It's 4-3 right now in favor of the Fury, as we're down to just over 2 minutes left. This is Lopez trying to do something here on the left wing. He's going to take a crack at it, and a very fine save. Had to come up tall, and Eric Tate came up tall right there. He got his left foot out there, did what he had to do, and it is still 11-7. There's a battle for the wall ball, but Tate puts his big hands in there and gets it. And now a chance here. Barraza plays it a little too hard, though. And then Ledesma can't really do anything. Barraza, you can tell it's one of his first games for Arizona. He's been one of the weaker links out there tonight, but it looks like the team has still done enough to get the job done. We're inside of 2 minutes. This is Camden trying something, and then a real loose ball, but Tate collects. We're down to 1:17. Team manages not to screw up the subbing this time, although you definitely had some chatter about it on the bench. Markham giving the ball right to Alanis, and then Camden can't quite get it. Here's a chance now, 1-on-1, and no! It's cleared off the line. Noel Castillo, I think, just got a little too cute, took a little bit too much time. That really should have been a goal, and he usually does better on those chances. I mean, if there was no defender in sight, he scores there, but... And then, wow, that's a great effort from Lopez. almost putting it in. But we're inside of a minute now. Both teams just missed. And now it's just a consolation. That's all that Ontario can try to do now. So we're down to 19 seconds left. Moments away from finishing up this second win of the season for the Impact. They're going to try for a goal here, and it might go. It will go in before the buzzer. Well, they had the keeper out, and Matt Merrick makes him pay. You don't see him get on the score sheet very often at all, but he made it look routine as can be. Put it right down the middle, and with just 6 seconds left in this one, the score goes up to 12-7, and that's how it's going to wrap up here at the Arizona Sports Complex. Your Arizona Impact get their second win out of 3 on this homestand, their second win of the season, and play possibly their most complete all-around match of the year. The final score here, Arizona 12, Ontario 7. We hope you guys enjoyed this telecast. It has been a fun one. Arizona just controls this match from start to finish. They actually outscored Ontario in every period. It was 3-2 in the first, 3-2 in the second, 3-1 in the third, and 3-2 in the fourth. A comprehensive win for Arizona Impact. And the crowd rewards them right there. Arizona is going to be on the road for their next 3 matches. They're going to have a trip starting in Las Vegas next weekend before 2 matches in California against Ontario and San Diego Sockers 2. Looks like a couple fans made the trip from Southern California, and so the small contingent of Ontario players is there to clap at them. But I think this is an all-around feel-good night if you're a home fan here, if you're an Arizona Impact supporter. It keeps them alive in the wide-open West. The record doesn't look too good, but they're really only 2 losses out of the top spot in the Western Conference. So there's still a lot of season to be played, and there's still hope here in Arizona. One last time, the final score, Arizona Impact 12, Ontario Fury 7. From the Arizona Sports Complex, this was Dominic Kearns. We hope you enjoyed this game, and we will be back in a few weeks for the next home match.